This tiny plastic card in your wallet, the one that connects directly to your bank account, well, it might just be the most dangerous financial weapon that you're using every single day. And no, I'm not exaggerating. Because while debit cards seem safe, convenient, and responsible, they're actually putting your money, your identity, and even your future credit at serious risk. In fact, some banks and security experts are warning that using your debit card in certain situations is like walking into a digital war zone with zero armor. So it's like showing up to a sword fight with a rubber chicken, and unfortunately, guess who gets slashed? So here's the burning question. Would you still swipe that debit card if you knew it could destroy your finances in less than 10 seconds? Well, today I'm exposing the 5 serious reasons why using your debit card could be financially catastrophic and why switching to credit cards, if used responsibly, might be the smarter option 99% of the time. And trust me, when we get to reason number 3, it's the one your bank will never tell you because it costs them billions of dollars every year when you stop using debit. So, just before we take a deep dive, as always, it's imperative you hit that like button and subscribe so that you get notified the minute we produce another game changing video that affects your finances. And I promise you will appreciate it. So, buckle up and let's take a deeper plunge. So, let's start with the big one. Number 1. If a thief gets hold of your debit card and drains your checking account, well, that money is gone, at least temporarily. See, federal law does protect you, but only partially. So if you report it within 2 days, your liability is capped at $50. After that, well, it jumps to $500. And if you didn't notice for 60 days, well, you could lose absolutely everything. Now, that's not just inconvenient, it's devastating. So think about this for a minute. Your rent payment, your car insurance, your utility bills, all bouncing, all racking up fees, all because of someone else's fraud. Now compare that to credit cards. Well, under the Fair Credit Billing Act, your liability is never more than $50, and most major card issuers will waive even that. You're not out any real money while it's being sorted. And while debit card fraud might take your bank weeks to investigate, well, credit card fraud gets resolved instantly. See, your credit card issuer reverses the charges, no questions asked, and you're back to living your life. What's the bottom line? Well, with a debit card, your entire checking account is on the line. With a credit card, it's the bank's money at risk, not yours. So, on to reason number 2. Now, have you ever paid at the pump or checked into a hotel with a debit card? What they don't tell you is that your bank may place a temporary hold of $100, $250, even $500 on your account. And that hold can last up to 5 business days. Now, that's money you can't use, even if the transaction only costs $20. So imagine you're tight on cash, you check into a hotel, you swipe your debit card, and suddenly $300 is frozen. You grab lunch the next day and your card is declined. Embarrassing and entirely avoidable. See, with a credit card, the hold doesn't touch your cash. It's just a pre authorization. But with a debit card, well, that can seriously mess up your cash flow and it can trigger a domino effect. One block charge can cause overdrafts, bounce checks, or decline payments that you weren't expecting. Now, some people even get hit with a daily overdraft fee of $35 a pop just because their money is temporarily held. And don't assume that it's rare. It happens every single day, especially to people who travel and rent cars frequently. On to reason number 3, and it's the silent killer that your bank will never tell you. See, by using debit instead of credit, well, you're missing out on free money. We're talking cashback, airline miles, hotel points, and perks like extended warranties, return protection, cell phone insurance, and even trip cancellation coverage. Debit cards offer none of that. Zero, zilch, nada. Meanwhile, smart users rake in hundreds or even thousands of dollars a year in credit card rewards without paying a dime in interest because they pay it off in full every single month. There are even cards that give you 5% back on groceries, 3% on gas, 2% on restaurants, and 1% on everything else. So just imagine how fast that adds up. So you're literally leaving money on the table just by using the safe option. But here's the thing, it's not even safer, it's just a myth that banks love to promote. On to reason 4. So let me ask you again, do you want better credit? Well, using a debit card won't help you at all. See, credit bureaus don't see debit card activities because it's not a form of credit. So no matter how responsible you are, swiping every day and never overdrafting, well, it won't build your credit score by one single point, and that's a problem. Because if you're renting, applying for a mortgage, buying a car, or even applying for a job, it's your credit score that's being judged. Meanwhile, using a credit card wisely, keeping your balance low, making on-time payments, well, that builds your score every single month. And a higher score means lower interest rates, more approvals, bigger lines of credit, and less stress. And it even affects your car insurance premiums. So if you think debit cards are responsible, well, hey, think again. They're invisible to the credit system. And finally, on to reason 5, and it's probably the biggest reason of all to stop using your debit card. So let's not sugarcoat this. Debit cards are a hacker's dream. Why? Well, because they connect directly to your entire bank account. So if your card info gets skimmed at an ATM or a gas station or hacked POS terminal, well, your entire account could be drained in literally seconds. Credit cards, meanwhile, have layers of fraud detection. So they can freeze a transaction immediately and you're never ever liable. But with debit, well, the thief already has your cash, and once it's gone, getting it back is a very, very painful process. You're left chasing your bank while your bills begin to pile up. There's a reason that security experts say use credit for protection, use debit for regret. And here's the kicker. Hackers target debit cards more often because they know it's harder for victims to recover the funds, especially those who don't notice straight away. Now, here's a bonus fact that most people don't know. Many debit card issuers do not reimburse you for purchases that you didn't authorize if the transaction was made using your physical card and a PIN. That's right. If someone shoulder surfs your PIN at an ATM or convinces you to hand over your card and PIN combo, even under duress, well, you may have zero recourse. See, unlike credit cards where unauthorized transactions are easily reversed, debit card fraud often puts the burden of proof on you. See, you have to prove that it wasn't you. Now, let me ask you, how do you prove a negative? See, you're basically guilty until you're proven innocent. And that's why smart financial experts, even billionaires, rarely carry debit cards. There's simply no upside if you know the risks. So let's recap why using your debit card could be a financial trap. It offers weak fraud protection, causes unexpected holes, earns you zero rewards, doesn't help your credit score, and puts you at greater risk from hackers and skimmers. Now, I'm not saying cut it up, but you should absolutely think twice before swiping it again, especially online, at a gas station, a hotel, or anywhere that your card info can be compromised. And if you're still using debit for everyday purchases, well, the bad news is you're playing with fire. Switch to credit, use it responsibly, and protect your finances like a pro. And if this video opened your eyes even a little bit, do me a favor, smash that like button, subscribe to the Financial Freedom Network, and drop a comment below. Do you still use your debit card? And if so, where? So stay financially sharp out there. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys on the next one.